Okay, well, it's 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome back, everybody.
Thank you.
Gosh, what's it been, 6 months? All right, well, I'm so happy to see y'all again. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's see, so on your agenda for approval of minutes, strike that out because I don't have minutes to approve tonight.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and move on to our business. And for the first item on the agenda, just want to introduce our new board member, Joshua Swan. So welcome to Parks and Rec. You've already been helping us, but this is his first meeting with us. We voted Josh in, I think in November?
Something like that, yeah.
I think in November. So yeah, he's been a board member for a while, but he said this is his third meeting of the day. So I told him.
Let's go quick, that'd be great.
Okay. Josh, if you don't care, just maybe introduce yourself. Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Josh Swan. We've been up here now for 4 going on 5 years. I work at Tremont Institute up in the national park, so fingers crossed for some snow. I'm hoping up there so they can shut us down for a little while. But it's myself, my wife, and then we've got a 19-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 1-year-old. So I'm sleepy, but we're all a big part of Townsend. We love Townsend. We like doing what we can in Townsend, and really looking forward to doing a lot with the board too, especially all the different events and stuff. Even just the Christmas parade was a blast, so really looking forward to everything.
Yeah, you were such a big help at the parade, and I hate you couldn't be at the gathering, but he did drop off soup, and Josh does cook, and we expect you to cook.
Yep.
Around here, we expect you to bring food. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, welcome, Josh. We're so happy to have you. All right, moving on to second item on the agenda. We need to vote for a vice chairman for Parks and Rec. My previous vice chairman was Kathy Sostak, and she left the board, I think it was in August. And we couldn't fill it because we still needed to fill seats, because we had a few seats to fill. But now that we have a full board back, we need to fill that seat. And basically what the vice chairman does for this board is, if I'm absent and can't be here to run the meetings and there's still stuff that needs to be taken care of or addressed, then that person would step in and run the meetings like I am right now. So I don't foresee, me being absent, but you never know. So that person would just step in. So at this time, if anybody has any nominations for vice chairman.
Would it be one of us?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do we nominate each other? Can you nominate yourself? What do you do?
You can.
Okay, I would like to nominate myself.
Okay.
Sounds like a fun thing to do.
All right. Any more nominations? Well, I'd like to nominate Brett Smith.
That's true, he's been your right hand for a while. He'd be a logical choice, wouldn't he?
All right, any more nominations? Okay.
Do we nominate people not here? Penny, we'll just throw her name in.
I mean, I didn't ask her, but no, Penny couldn't be with us tonight, but she'll be here back here soon. So we do miss you, Penny. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll do a roll call vote, and we'll start with Brett, and you just let me know who your choice is.
Can't vote for myself.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll vote for myself.
Okay. And I will second the vote from me. Donna?
I will vote for Brett too.
Okay. And Josh?
And I'll vote for Brett too.
Okay, all right, so it's unanimous. All those in favor for voting for, well, no, we already did a roll call vote, so we don't need to do that. Okay. So Brett is our new vice chairman.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, sounds good. All right. Okay, moving down to item number 3 on the agenda are the newsletter spotlights. In the email that I sent you all, I think it's better from now on that we choose the people that we're going to pick for the newsletter for the next month's newsletter to give people time to do the interviews instead of like rushing it in the same month. Because sometimes we don't meet till the middle of the month, and then, you know, we get your picks, and then you've only got like a week, and then I got to send out the newsletter because I try to get it out at least by the last week of the month or the third week of the month. So whoever you have chosen tonight will be on the February newsletter. So we'll do that from now on. Yeah, okay, sounds good. Donna, you had the resident for this month, so who did you choose?
I chose Eileen Rainwater,
Okay,
and I've already done her interview.
okay. All right, super. I don't know if I know Eileen.
Eileen she does a lot with St. Francis. She's actually my neighbor on Mount Luke, and she lives right with her property butted right against Memorial Park.
Okay,
So she's a big part of St. Francis. She goes on missions and works with food pantries. So she's a big part of this community.
did she come to the workshop we had?
No.
No, that was somebody else? Okay. All right. Okay, great. I can't wait to see that interview. And Josh, you had the business club or organization spotlight.
Yep, so I'm going to do Miller's Cove Native Plants Nursery.
Miller's Cove.
They've done, she does a lot of work just in Blount County in general, but she's also done some work with the Riverwalk and everything up here in Townsend too. So, and like I said, I work with her husband as well at Tremont, so a good tie in there too. So.
Okay, great. Perfect. And if you need, I'll give you a set of questions that you can kind of go off of.
Okay.
And, you know, we can always change 1 or 2 of them if you
Okay.
want to ask something. Because not all businesses and clubs and organizations can be asked the same questions
Right.
because they don't pertain to that organization. So,
Correct.
but I can't wait to see that interview. That sounds really good. All right. All right, any questions about the newsletter? Okay. All right, moving on down to number 4. I just wanted to kind of recap on our events that we had in December. So we did the Christmas parade and the Christmas community gathering, and I thought both of those went extremely well. I did not see anything wrong. I think that they were ran very smoothly, and I know everybody had a great time at the parade. They loved the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. I hate that you couldn't be here to see that. And the Christmas community gathering is always a great time for people to just come and just relax and eat and fellowship and hear some good music from our choirs, and that was a really good time. So I just kind of wanted to get some feedback from you all tonight on those 2 events to see if you had any notes or anything that you thought that we maybe could have done better, or anything you'd change about those events. The fire department is always excellent at the parade, so thank goodness for them.
Well, I did want to say something.
Oh, okay.
So,
This is our city manager,
Yes.
Chief Stallions.
and I want to speak as fire chief too. Been doing a Christmas parade in this community for over 23 years. And Kelsey, this is kudos to you that with you all stepping in and really helping, it makes it 10 times easier.
Great.
It makes it with the crew. We've always enjoyed it, but it makes it a lot more fun. You know, the location, changing location has helped a lot. But, you know, it used to be just this craziness until, you know, we were shoving cars and putting people wherever we were crewing, everybody stressed out. It's like, oh, okay. And that doesn't happen anymore. A lot of it's because you all are there and doing what you do, so it's not all on the men and women involved in the fire department. So we appreciate that a lot.
Well, we thank you for that, and, yeah, Josh, you, he stepped in there like he'd been there forever, and just, he was directing people, and I was like, okay, I'll just go somewhere else, you know? But, no, we had a good time doing that, and you're right, moving it to the visitor center is so much easier, and, having the restroom facility up there is very helpful to people. That's such a big, pro for that event. It just runs so much smoother. I did want to say something very positive, that I always like to announce. So, you know, the entry fees from the Christmas parade, some of it goes to the float prize winners, first, second, third place. And so the remainder we give to the school. And so this year, we're going to be able to give them $1,695 from the entry fees for the parade. So I think that's awesome.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The only thing I would like to maybe look at next year is some signage
Okay.
for when everybody's pulling up with the floats. Towards the middle of it, I felt like it was more of a point and hope. And maybe even if we just get some kind of signs, you know, toward the end down there where if I'm just saying go find the fire truck and then take a right, not everybody's quite doing that like I wanted to.
Okay.
Other than that, I actually thought I've been a part of a lot of parades that went really smooth, I thought. But there's just some confusion at the start that I think we might could just eliminate even with just 5 signs.
Okay.
So we usually line them up pretty in order that they're gonna go, right?
Yeah.
So maybe just number 1 through 5 or through 7, you know?
Yeah.
You are in row 7, take a spot, you know? I like that.
And my motto with the parade is always think we get everybody on the street to make it service.
That's just a good parade right there.
And we try, you know, and having the facilities up there makes it a lot easier to do something like that. And we can, you know, the idea is to, if we get overcrowded, we've got some crossroads that we can bump to, but yeah, I think putting some signage up would definitely help. We had a little hiccup, we had there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm going to blame Dylan, my husband, for that one. Okay.
Well, I think we had somebody break down and couldn't get a piece of that envelope going.
Yeah.
And that held, but all those, I'm sitting in the engine, I look, and I'm like, where are the cars?
Yeah.
Where are the cars are floating in? And I just couldn't see them up there, so.
Yeah, I think I was either right next to you or you called me and you were like, hey, Kelsey, where's the cars at? So I hightail it through the visitor center and I'm out of breath and I'm like, and then by the time I get there, they had already started moving and I was like, okay, well, I don't know where I'm going for the day. So, but it worked out. It always works out somehow.
It always works out.
Yeah. All right. Any more comments about the parade or the Christmas gathering that we had? Donna, that was your first one.
That
so
was my first, well, I didn't make it to the parade because of
Sure.
being sick, but too bad. Sounds like it was a really great time. But the gathering, it was exceptional. You did an exceptional job
Well,
of
we all
putting
did.
everything together. But you are the coordinator and the facilitator, all of that. And it went off without a hitch. And the choir was wonderful. Everybody enjoyed themselves. And yeah, I think it was perfect. One of the things that I thought that we might be able to do as an addition, like for a community event, was maybe a pajama party for the kids.
Okay.
You know, like have a movie
Okay.
and, you know, treats like hot chocolate and things like that.
Okay.
Maybe even a little Santa.
Okay.
Secret Santa for the kids.
Okay.
I thought that would be kind of fun.
Okay.
We're gonna budget for a new tree.
You can ask
It was a
the
great
city
tree.
manager about the trees.
It was a
if you
great
want.
tree.
We need it was a great tree.
Yeah, it's gone. And I wish y'all could have seen Jason. I'm gonna tell a bit on him. He stepped in my office and I mean, he is head to toe in that fake snow that's on that tree. So we're throwing the second way, right?
It's gone, it's gone.
That tree it was donated to us several years ago, and I think it was on its last leg, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll get another tree. Because Josh and his kids basically decorated that whole tree, and it was and it was chaos.
So we're thinking, as long as the city commissioners will vote for in the budget, we'll get the tree.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll have a Christmas tree fundraiser.
Mhm.
Oh, we will be able.
All righty. All right, well, if no other comments on the gathering or the parade, then we'll go ahead and move on to the last item on the agenda for business. So I just kind of wanted to open it up a little bit for a few minutes to maybe discuss some goals or some needs that you all think that we should try to prioritize for 2026. Just anything that you think is essential for Parks and Rec, or anything that we can make a goal to try to accomplish this year. There's no promises, and there's always obstacles for us to go through. But if there's something that you all think that we need to focus on, or maybe have a workshop on, then I'm just going to open it up for you all to just kind of tell me what you'd like to see us accomplish for this year.
Okay, well, I can start.
Okay.
I did a little ride around town today, did the same thing. I went back up to the city park. It's like a diamond in the rough up there that I think for just little things we could do to improve it. I checked out our benches and stuff that we did. They're holding up well, so that was well needed. Same thing, lighting up there, gutters.
Mm-hmm.
I see doing on the gutters, get the gutters back up on there, and just little items that we could add to that park. We didn't do it all at once. Any little items that we could put, on a regular basis, or small fundage wise, nothing big, but would just improve that a little bit more each little quarter, each little year or something,
Okay.
And I know we were talking about a butterfly park and all this,
Mhm.
some of that's a lot of work. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of
The fairy garden.
the fairy
stuff.
garden. I love the idea, and
Yeah.
that can be like, little, something else, a major project, but even just, the lighting, the gutters, even some kind of small little playground thing for kids.
Mhm.
You don't have to spend $50,000, but if we can spend, a couple $1,000s of our park money on a teeter-totter, a little roundabout, little thing, just, there's a lot of good stuff. I've been doing a little research and stuff to see.
Mhm.
And not spending a crazy amount of money, but just as little projects as we go. I know the building, the roof is still open, and it's doing more damage than good if we don't do something with that roof. At least to preserve that building part. There's a piece that was blowing off a little bit, and then there's openings where the rain is going in. If we want to preserve it to where we can eventually use it, we need to do something just to cover, protect it for this part, I know we were talking one time, roof, heating, lighting, electricity, kitchen, all that stuff, but how do we accomplish? So, that's our kind of like our little gem that I think wish we could work on a little bit. And I got some ideas, we can talk, we can have a workshop, we can meet up there, probably in the spring, we can do a little workshop again, clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, like a work day,
Yeah.
like we did
I
before.
can't expect Jason to do, all that stuff, cleaning up, and that's a little pride for us to do. We can do that come spring. To continue bingo. I
Yes.
think it is a big success. Every day I hear from people and can't wait to do it again. It's something that Townsend people love, and it's the same people every month that sit in the same chairs.
Yeah.
Your band.
Big one right there.
But it's just something really enjoyed, so as long as we keep doing it, I hope we can for this coming year.
Yeah.
And then, and along with something else like movie night, we were talking about doing
Oh, yeah.
educational
We did.
movies, like, like the guy that, the last river one we did there.
I'm glad you brought that up because
The name of it.
Charity Rudder,
Mhm.
she, I think, is now the, one of the directors for the Little River Waters, no, not the watershed, for Freshwaters Illustrated. They're the ones who did that film that we showed in March of, I want to say it was 2023, in this room, and we had a full house.
Could we get that again? 'Cause I
She wants to do it again.
Awesome. Let's.
She would like to do it again in March, if it's possible for us to do it in March. Or she even talked about the Heritage Center at one time, so.
A little bigger than.
But she would like to show that film again.
Super educational. A lot of people still have, they would like to see it again, you know, I mean, it's just the first time you see something, but to see it again
Yeah.
would be, so that was like, not merely a movie, but an education, eating, you know.
Okay.
So if y'all, that just made me think, they call it enrichment program, I think that would be, even beyond that, to have enrichment type speakers and stuff that would come in and, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the Little Railroad stuff, and,
Yeah.
so they come in and talk about that, just the history of the town.
Just some speakers and
Yeah.
engagers and,
Local color. And
Yeah.
People who, have lived here for a long time.
I would say also, Tremont might be able to help with some folks that can come in on.
Especially with Jeremy Lloyd, who has books published about Walker Valley and stuff, would be a great one to have up here. And the stories he has is amazing.
Story.
That would be
Yep.
really cool to have him come talk on the wall.
oh, yeah.
Real quick, just because it's fresh in my mind, kind of give me a little synopsis on what the butterfly park was. What was that idea?
Well, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like how the Riverwalk does a fairy garden down there, we had talked about doing something similar, not copycatting, but like something similar to like outdoor playscapes.
Yes.
But then we also, Mark from the Riverwalk, Mark Sager, and Sue from the Tuckaleechee Garden Club, they had talked to us about how pollinator gardens are such a big deal right now, and they've put a couple of pollinator gardens down there on the Riverwalk,
Okay.
and it's just to attract like butterflies and
Right.
stuff, and it kind of helps the ecosystem, and we had talked about maybe doing something like that around the pond
Okay.
at one time.
So I'll reach out to one of my coworkers. So that's what they deal with: the monarch tagging, the butterflies, the whole everything, which could be a really good give us some really good ideas on what we can do, what would be easy to do, cost efficient to do,
Yep.
but also attract and make it kid friendly, if you want to call it that. So that way we can have, I think that, I know you said that might be kind of long, that might be easier said. I mean, I might be able to come up with something really easy on that one, so.
Have you been up to the city park? You know where it is?
I have, yeah.
I mean, it's a diamond in the works, it really is, and, we could maybe come up with some kind of game plan and mappage where, okay, this is the picnic area, the cookout, maybe a little swing set or slide, and then you follow the path down to a little garden and some bird houses, I mean, just like sections of it that would kind of incorporate the whole thing, and just how, so we need to move forward with that a little bit, I mean, instead of trying to renovate the whole park and build an $80,000 playground, let's just kind of like
Small baby steps.
baby steps.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that would be,
I would agree with that too, and one of the things, because I've been subbing at the school, is that Miss Ivins, that she's the new principal at the Townsend Elementary, and she, her and Mina Oldham and I had met at the park back in July and had talked about the possibility of the kids doing some outdoor learning at the park, but we have to find a way that makes sense for them to be able to access the park. Number one, permission slips, you gotta, insurance, you gotta make sure all that's, T's are dotted and I's are crossed. So, you know, and I did talk to the city manager about that already, so, you know, we'll see what we can come up with as far as that goes. And if, you know, if that's doable for us, then great, but if it's, you know, gonna be more of a headache than it is, then we'll, because I know that the Kiwanis Club they've been fundraising for a long time to do an outdoor classroom behind the school, and it's there. They actually poured the concrete for the pathway, and then they've got like a carport up there right now with a concrete pad, but they have plans. I know Todd
We actually
has
have
some plans for
a
that.
date to go see what's been done
Yeah.
tomorrow
Oh,
at
okay.
noon, just around noon, behind the school, if y'all want to show up there.
Often, some outdoor learning opportunities,
Mhm.
so, you know.
Is that still where we would have to put some kind of path from the school area?
Some sort, you know, some sort of safe pathway for the kids, and plus they would have to, even though the park is right next door,
Mhm.
they would need some sort of permission slip to be able to access, be on the park property. We would need some sort of agreement between the city and the school. So there's some stuff that would need to be worked out before that could happen. But as far as like improvements to the park, I think baby steps, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I know you have the big project you're working on with
Specialty
Special
park.
Arts Park.
Yeah.
That's our, you've been down there lately? Part of the half of the concrete's already folded, buckled over.
I believe it.
And, yeah, that part was hanging over, now it's snapped off.
Yeah.
It's into the water.
I haven't been down there in a little while.
I haven't either, that's why I stood down today, I'm like, move this.
But people are still going and hanging out, so, and I know that they miss the access. It's just, like my conversation with city manager, it's not something we can rush, and it's not, you know, after talking to several engineers and architects, it's also not a cheap fix or a quick fix at that park. It's gonna have to be something that's delicately handled, and done right the first time. So, you know, funding is the biggest thing, and then getting the concepts and the designs drawn up, and seeing what kind of grants we can go for, seeing what the city can match as far as grants, and getting approval on the design. And so it's gonna take, that's gonna take a while, for sure, yeah. But we'll get there. We'll cut the ribbon one day. We'll cut the ribbon one day. All right, anything else?
That's all I have. Next, anybody else?
All right.
I just want to piggyback right on that one, because Memorial Park, I love that park. And I know when I first came on, Penny and I had both come up with the same idea at the same time, I think, like a nature trail gym, nature gym. And you know, Riverwalk has done just a beautiful job in making the play area for the kids. Just, it's wonderful. The kids love it. And, you know, it's, you know, just a few little wooden pieces. And it's inexpensive and it's wonderful. So flowers and nature gym and just a little
make it
play
our own.
space.
Kind of make it our
Yeah.
own.
I mean, you know, why not carry that theme that we have over there that people love so much right over into that little city park? And I'm sure with enough volunteer activity, you can get a lot done, you know? Even donations for wood, things like that. I live on Mount Fluke, there's trees that fall every day. I can drive some trees down there, I'm gonna make a teeter totter. I just love that park. I take my dog there all the time. The only thing about that park is it's very, very steep hills. So if we're going to have a lot of people that are coming there, you know, especially older people, maybe some, you know, like stairs have it graded in some places, so the hills aren't quite so hard to deal with.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, you know, eventually a walking path around the pond.
Yeah.
The pond is beautiful, and some kind of, whether it's gravel or whatever we could afford at the time, but some kind of walking thing. And you could go down sideways down the hill, kind of like a switchback down, you know, you wouldn't have to go straight down, the steps are hard for people to do, but if you did kind of sideways down the hill, made a loop, and then you and come back up and you
Yeah.
walk in, there you go.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the way I walk up hills,
Yeah.
you know, I just go like this, you know. But, yeah, I love that idea. And for me, I think that you just getting volunteers and going out there once a month and having a nice park cleanup day would just be a wonderful thing to just focus on for this year as a goal. You know, not too much, baby steps, but to get the community involved.
Well, that's more for the community than for the locals, more
Oh,
than
absolutely.
anything, you know, so I
Yeah.
think they would take a little more interest in it and,
Well, when we were doing the tables, when we got those tables donated from Radio Townsend and we refurbished them, there was a lot of people from the community that wanted to come and help that were not on the board. They wanted to come help. So there are people out there that want to be involved and they want to help us. And I think my biggest problem is I've been afraid to ask for help in the past. And you know, so I'm gonna have to get better at saying, you know, hey, like, you know, we need your help with
Well,
this.
why don't we put
So-
something like that in the newsletter too? I mean, every time we have something going on, okay, calls for community volunteers. This week we're gonna work on this week we're gonna work on this. And I'm sure they'll step up and maybe we could do a lunch for them while they're doing it.
oh, absolutely.
One of the things that I thought about today, since I work at IGA, I started, working during the day when I was working at night, and I expected when I went in there during the day that I'd see more people like shopping for groceries, right? I'm like, there's still just people coming in just for one or two things like that. So all of a sudden, I was like, well, what if we had a recipe contest? You know, some of the local recipes, you know, and this could be something that we could involve here. I mean, you know, just get people excited about sharing food, you know, so maybe if we have a little recipe contest and cooking demonstration or something like that, and you know, maybe it turn out into some kind of potluck event. But I think that would be really neat, and you know, come up with budget ways for families to be able to, you know, feed them their kids other than with junk food.
Okay.
That's something that's really important to me is, you know, nourishment, food. You know, because one, it brings families and communities together.
Mhm.
And you saw how that, you know,
Food,
having
yeah.
food. You know, so if we, you know, started making food healthy and accessible and affordable for families and coming together in a family way as a community, I think that would be a, you know, something that the community would enjoy too.
Anyone else?
So with going off that just quickly, the resources that I have for this particular thing is numerous. Because I've got outdoor learning circled with what we were talking about. That's what Tremont does. We're an outdoor educational facility. So the resources that we can ask and see and learn for ourselves on what we need to do is endless. So that is extremely exciting to me. To bring that out into Townsend would be awesome. I really do like the idea of just the chef going out and maybe bringing food into this, but that could be something as simple too as nights if we are to get, say Jeremy Lloyd comes up here and talks about Walker Valley, then why don't we do an Appalachian style meal, whoever comes that night. We got Dutch ovens and cast iron that they can eat out of, and it's an Appalachian. Make that theme, make it more, people like to come to theme stuff. It's going to be more apt to do that. And that's something that's super simple to do. And maybe, you know, if we can and have the movie again and have something themed along that side,
I like it.
that's a piece of cake.
I like
We can
it.
make that out of easel.
Free and food, people love.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brings them in.
Yeah.
I think I'll do the recipe contest thing for Publix. And kind of have it show up here somehow. Maybe it could end up as, you know, we could gather some recipes along that theme and have them showcased at our theme night.
Right.
And I'm not talking like one of these a month. mean,
Oh, no,
just-
no, no.
it's just not
Like
physically.
maybe even quarterly.
I was just
We
saying,
want to make it,
2-3 couple
kind
times
of,
a
we
year.
want to make it special.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So every month, it might lose that
yeah.
glitter a little bit, so
except for bingo.
bingo's happening every month.
Except for bingo. They get wild at bingo, don't they?
So,
Well, you all are on fire.
what do you have for ideas,
That's,
Ms. Chairman?
no,
No.
you have got it. You have got it. Well, for me, it's, continuing bingo is my main thing, keeping that going and making sure we have prizes to give to the winners and stuff. And sometimes that's a challenge because, you know, I know in the past, like we've spent money out of our own pockets to buy prizes and stuff and spent, you know, our own money on food and everything. But if there's a way that we could just cycle, people donate prizes to us and stuff, that would be great. And
Are there businesses who normally like to donate, or, you know, what have you found as far as, you know, asking for donations for the prizes?
I mean, yeah, they'll donate. I've never had any pushback on that. It's just you don't want to go to them every single month.
Right.
You know, you don't want to be somebody that's constantly asking for free stuff. And we always give them a shout out at bingo, you know, thank you for the so-and-so for donating such and such prizes tonight. And another big thing that's, you know, I want to see happen is the concepts for the designs for the Special People's Park and getting that going, and then also finalizing the Parks and Rec plan for the city plan, for the community plan, so that that can be implemented for the next cycle of grants for us to apply for. That plan alone is a big deal for us. It's a good map. I think there's really good stuff in that plan. Did I send you that plan already? Okay. There's really good stuff in that plan. I thought it was thoroughly done. I thought that it hit everything that we wanted it to hit as far as the needs that the community members wanted. So I'm very excited to see that get implemented and adopted, so that we can actually have a guide to go by.
Sure.
And then you all are just so creative. I'm not as creative as you are. So these are going to be some awesome steps and awesome goals. We could even do a workshop, Brett, on just the Memorial Park. Maybe get some sort of map blown up, or go physically there when it gets a little warmer.
Yeah.
And just kind of like go up there and see, okay, what would look good right here? What could we see right here? Yeah.
We can get an aerial photo and sort of do a vision board on it.
Yeah, we could do that too. I think we were gonna do that before, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got a photo or not, but.
Yeah, and then hang it up right there,
Mhm.
so that every time we come in here, we can look at it and see.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on goals for 2026? And we'll keep talking about this stuff.
Any other city events that we should be part of? You know, July 4th, one year we did, you know, that's pretty much the fire department thing too. I mean, anything you can add to the city events that we currently have, which is only July 4th and then the Christmas break, right? And pretty much everything else, city-wise.
Well, this year is the 250th for America. It's also 125 years for Townsend.
What about an Easter egg hunt?
So that's a bit, you know, I've thought about that before. An Easter egg hunt, it just never got there. But that was something that did cross my mind before. I'm gonna write that down again.
Well, when we first started out, we did the,
Scavenger hunt.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yes. That was fun. It was just new and people, you know.
Yeah, we were brand new at Parks and Rec, you know, nobody really knew about us.
Yeah.
And maybe I didn't market it well, maybe I just didn't put it out there enough.
We didn't have the newsletter then, I don't think.
No, we didn't, but we had a few kids that came out for it, and they had a blast.
Yeah.
We sat up here most of the day, and we had 4 or 5 different spots with riddles that they had to go to. And they had to answer the questions on the scavenger hunt, and then they had to bring it back to us. And we got the answers, and then they got a prize. And that was fun.
A half a dozen people loved it.
We did that on a Saturday morning.
And wouldn't Memorial Park be a perfect Easter egg hunt? Would you dress up as a bunny?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I would pay really good money for that.
City manager would be happy to dress up as the Easter bunny.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go back to you.
Because it's gonna get-
Because we need a tall one, we need a really tall one.
I would love to see that, and we would have to plan something like that. You know, a lot of churches do their own on Sundays. But if we did one on like, you know, a Friday or Saturday or something, a few days before that, that would be fun. Okay. Let's think about that some more. Because that'll be here before we know it.
Yes.
Okay.
I like it.
All right, this is a lot to think about. My brain is on overload right now. Okay.
See what happens with this month.
Yeah. Okay. No more new business. We will go ahead and jump on down to public input. So if there's any public out there that has any input for us, now would be the time.
I think all your ideas are great. I think it'd be great if we can, follow through with some of the things you guys talked about. I think it'd be great for the city.
So you would dress up as the bunny, is what you're saying?
That's what I would.
I would be out of commission. No.
Okay. All right, if there's no other public input, we'll go ahead and close public input at 6:42. Any other business?
Hate to keep sounding like a broken record. The swing bridge down by the Abbey, anybody have any updates where we might be? Being a board member, in the park, I get half a dozen people sometimes like, hey, what do you know about this? And I said, well, hang on, let me.
So, I actually talked to Chip Hedrick, the highway superintendent. They're still willing to repair the bridge for us. Right now, though, getting the property, getting all the MOUs in place, so it's in the attorney's hands. So I've talked to Will's talked to Craig Garrett, which is the county attorney, Will Carver being our attorney. So once they get that worked out, Jeff wasn't keen on putting his guys hanging over the river in the middle of winter, so that's probably looking at spring too. They're gonna try to do it in-house. The price was $500,000 to get it done by a third party. They can do it for a lot more efficient than that, but he's got to balance what he's supposed to be doing, which is paving roads with that. But still definitely willing to help us and do that. We just got to get everything in place.
So we're still getting easements from the residents?
Yeah, my understanding is that they've got the easements,
Oh.
and now they're working on the MOU. And so apparently it kind of fell in the background there for a little bit, and now they're getting back on it. So, but it's waiting on the attorney right now.
Nice, thank you. But we still could be looking at,
We're looking at spring or summer.
it might be, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't.
Hopefully this year.
Yeah, I'm, we're kind of at the mercy of the good deeds of the county, so.
Yeah. Perfect, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Vice Chair. Any other business?
Do we have a date for the next meeting, Governor?
We don't. Would you like to set one?
Oh, that was the question. Let's set one.
Okay. I didn't know if y'all wanted to do one in January or not, but I'm up for it. We always do it on Monday. Typically, the third or fourth Monday of the month. Do we have anything going on the third or fourth Monday of this month? Up here? Okay.
So what do you think, January or February? I mean, you know, got two more Mondays of February.
The third Monday in February is President's Day. It feels maybe rushed to get it in the next week or two.
Okay.
9th, February 9th?
In the night of the 23rd.
Okay.
That's the second Monday.
Let's see.
If I had to put my 2 cents in, I would say the 23rd
Okay.
on my availability, but
Okay.
this is also not Josh's bingo night, so.
I'm good with that. We need 3 people to run bingo efficiently.
February 23rd.
Mhm. Let's put it down on the
You're
calendar.
doing a newsletter for January?
Maybe a small one.
Condensed, like maybe a
Yeah.
condensed one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was the date you're talking
February 23rd. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll put the 23rd of February down. And I'll let Penny know, so she might be available that day too.
I know we have a lot of prizes left,
Mhm.
but some of them were holiday oriented,
Yeah,
so we probably should take an hour some day or some evening, come up and go through prizes and like,
yeah.
see what we need,
Take inventory of that.
take inventory.
That'd be fine.
I've got a crap ton of beanie babies. Can I donate some?
Sure.
Eagle Lane? Eagle Lane? Yeah.
Any other business? Okay. City manager, you got anything?
Good.
Okay.
There are some good ideas.
Welcome back, Gail. Thank you. We were a little disarrayed there for a month or two.
Just a little, yeah.
Just a little. And I'm just speaking for us. I'm not speaking for city. I'm looking for, we missed you. Welcome
Yeah.
back.
All right, well, if there's no other business, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, Donna makes the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, Brett seconds. All those in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.